Most welcome. Okie dokes. So the first lot of exercises is from Peter Deadman, who's the editor of the Chinese magazine journal. And he started with acupuncture and acupressure long time ago, when there weren't a lot of English books. And when he was looking at translations from the Chinese books, one of the things they taught to acupuncture was a technique called strong finger, because they said, you know, if you're doing acupressure or if you're doing massage, you have to have strong fingers. And so just like they teach you a lot of horse stance because you had to work like this with your patients, strong finger was the other thing. So there were a couple of exercises that they did with the hands. And for us, certainly as physios or anyone working with their hands with patients, but otherwise, if you're a musician, if you're an artist, and if you're getting older, then if you lose the power in your hands, it's one of the big things they measure when they estimate your longevity. And one of the things is your grip strength. And I find my grip strength has certainly weakened a lot over the years. So we need to work on that. Two things, grip strength and also being able to get off the floor from your knees. So let's look at the beginning. The beginning, first one is we come from here, back of the hands forward, so coming forwards, back of the hands together, and then we go down in a circle and come up. Cool, round, down in a circle. So back of the hands together, and then you do a dive forward. So it's doing a really nice work through the wrists. It's doing really nice work through your elbows. And if you had any shoulder problems, it would actually be an exercise you could use in the beginning of your rehab, just to get shoulder movement below that 90 degrees where the shoulder seems to impinge on all sorts of things. So just doing this anytime you're in a day, maybe you're standing there looking out to sea or whatever it is, or waiting for somebody, then people will think you're mad, but that doesn't matter. Change direction, rolling and coming up, diving down, coming up. Do it in your Tai Chi Qigong posture, so soft knees, soft ankles, tailbone dropping down, head lifted up. So you've got a long upright spine as you're doing this. And could look into the distance, just nice peripheral vision, looking at something far away with an open gaze. It's not a focus, it's a wide open gaze. And once you do that, what I can notice that I'm starting, as I'm doing this, starting to notice bird sounds, movement of flight of birds over me. So just takes in a wider context than a focus. One more in the other direction. Back of the hands together, up, roll them down. Okay, then clasp your hands together. And again, it's the wrist movements, getting a circling of your wrists. You could start off slowly. And if your wrists are a bit stiff, just do a smaller movement. And once you've got the movement going, if you think too hard about it, you lose it. Once it's going, you could speed it up a bit. Check in on your posture in the meantime. Turn it around the other direction. So you've got to do a head think for that as well. The hands are coming up and around, backwards and forwards. Other way around. Other way around. Oh, just shake a little bit. So shake your hands, shake your shoulders. Don't really have to worry about the rest of the body, just if it wants to join in, it can. So for those younger students, if you've been working really hard and you're stressed, it's very hard to be stressed if you're shaking your hands and shoulders at the same time. Just shaking like this, try and think of some stressful thoughts as you do it, and you'll find it's almost impossible. So It's a really nice way to relax. Okay, and let's carry on. So the next one's called tiger hands. So tiger hands, we're going to very softly push the hands forwards, opening the hands as we do that, and thinking about this point in the middle of the hand called Lao Gong, or palace of work or palace of toil. It's almost as if that's going to lead the way. I can't really, but almost as if it leads the way. And as we do that, we're taking the hand into position we call splay. And as we get older and as we work harder, depending on your work, you often find the hand contract. So sometimes clients will come to us and they can't open their palms at all, or can't spread their fingers away from the thumb. So it's a really nice exercise to ensure that you get the flex, you keep the flexibility of your hand as well as the strength. Okay, so we're pushing forwards. That's going to be an out breath, and then you make a tiger claw and you pull back softly with an in breath. Breathe in and out through the nose. Out breath. Pulling back. Pushing forward, so pushing through the air. Open. Notice if your fingers are bent or if they're open, because this is open. You only bend your knees, not you bend, you only bend your knuckles as you come back. Forwards, open fingers, spread fingers, splayed palms, feeling your Lao Gong point. So if I did it from the side, trying to get that Lao Gong point as forward as possible, a soft claw coming back, breathing out through the nose, in through the nose. And if you did these at any stage, I would suggest that you repeated them, something like that, you repeated it at least 30 times, because you're wanting to build up that endurance. And it's really good for holding your Qigong posture, strengthening your little stability muscles in the spine, your buttock, quads coming back. The next one, you're going to take a loosed fist and you're going to open it, okay? Let's do a flick with the hand facing the ground. And here Peter Deadman says, start where you can, but eventually you want to do 120 a day. But you'll find as you do that, you'll eventually get a bit of a burning or a strong feeling in the top of your arms there. So maybe flick until you start to feel, I need to rest, and then just take your hands down and shake them for a bit. And then so maybe start with 30, and then tomorrow you do 40, and the next day you do 50. Let's go. Opening and closing. But don't let your arm go through. Just keep it in one position. So you're just working through the hand. Try and do 30. Your hands hang at your sides. Just notice if there's a bit of warmth in your hands, a bit of tingling. Have a deep breath, and we'll go back and do another 30. Okay. So feel the position you're comfortable in there. Loose fist and flick. Yo. Okay, and just relax there. And then the last one we're going to do, we're going to rub the hands. We're going to do some dry washing of the hands. So build up a bit of warmth first. And then you're going to rub your inner and outer gates of the arm just above the wrist first. I remember my grandmother used to do this. A lot of the time she was working various creams and oils into his skin, but you did a lot of working around here and the elbows and the hands. And then dry wash the hands themselves. If there's any part of your hands that's stiff, maybe you're stiff in this large intestine 4 area, give it a little bit of a rub there. Maybe the back of the hands are stiff, or maybe you've got a bit of tenderness on the inner side. Really do some good work here. And we've got meridians finishing in the fingers. So in front of the hand, we've got the heart meridian coming onto the little finger, pericardium coming to the middle finger, and the lung coming into the thumb. So we can activate those meridians, make sure that they're open and energized. And then coming on the back of the hand, we've got the large intestine to that first finger, which is paired with the lung, and the triple heater, which is paired with the pericardium, and small intestine, which is paired with the, what would that be? Large intestine. Other way around, large intestine there, small intestine there, paired with the heart. There we go. And just check them down. Okay, so working through the hands and getting strength there, we need to have really openness in the neck, because all the nerves coming down to the hand and the vessels coming through the front of the neck here. So let's do spreading the feathers. Open your feet a little bit there. Open your hands and spiral forwards. Same time your bottom goes back, curling up from the bottom to upright position, and thumbs are rotating in. Drop your shoulders there, and deep breath in and drop your ear to the side. Feel the stretch coming in between the chin and your shoulder, and a bit of tension going right down the arm as you stretch through the fascia there. A couple of breaths there, in and out through the nose. Come back to center and up to the other side. You may find that one side is stiffer than the other. Again, drop this hand further down, turn your thumb in. A couple of breaths there. Coming up, and now your hands are going to go behind you. Turn and come around. This time your little fingers are spiraling around. And deep breath in, and again drop down. You'll be stretching the inner side of the arms, now the yin side. Coming up and dropping down. And coming up. Okay, hands at the side, looking inside the palms of the hand. And we're still thinking about the hand, and we're starting to think about the connection between the eyes and the hand. So we're getting a strong focus here. You can see all those little lines. Turn your hands, and as you push them away, head faces the opposite direction and look into the distance. Again, using sort of peripheral vision there. Coming back, breathing in, and looking at the lines of your hands. So we're getting that close-up vision, and then we're going into the distance. Convergence, divergence. It's very good exercise for the eyes, but at the same time, you're really thinking about the hands, okay? This lovely hand-eye coordination. And you're telling yourself a little bit of the story, because they say dragon's watching his tail. And if you're a dragon watching his tail, you're going to do this movement in a completely different way. To me, just saying, hold your hands close, push your hands away, turn your head. We say dragon watches his tail. There's already a softening of the body and the mind. Or maybe it's a strong flexibility coming through. Because this is a powerful dragon. He's soft, but he's powerful. And he's flexible. And so your arms become the dragon tail. Breathing out. Again, we're getting a very nice stretch between the neck and the hands, all the nerves and the vessels that go through. And we're also opening up the carpal tunnel by pulling our hands back and getting a splay of the hand there and open fingers. And then come down up to the other side. Make sure your tail is dropped, your chin is tucked in, looking at your hands and turning in opposite direction, looking away. Breathing in, breathing out, looking into the distance. Soft gaze, coming back. Dragon watching his tail as he swims down the river, in the ocean. And just imagine as we coil and uncoil here, there's a kind of coiling and uncoiling spreading down through our trunk as well. So coiling and uncoiling is one of the key things that happens when we do Tai Chi and Qigong. You might go to the gym and just do spinning where your legs just go up and down, round and round, but they don't have that spiraling to it. So that's one of the big advantages of Qigong, is we get the spiral movements as well and coming down. Right. So the next one, we're also going to use the gaze of the hands, between the hands and the eyes, okay? So parting of the wild horse's mane, part the wild horse's mane, okay. Right, so we hold a chi ball. And first of all, you're thinking about the top hand's going to drop. I'm just breaking the movement down. So we've got your chi ball and the top hand drops. Notice how your hands feel. They should be quite activated because you've done a lot with your hands already. So as you're doing this, you should feel that there's almost a thickness of the air as you go in. So the top hand's going to drop down. The bottom hand is going to go up and out. And as the hand goes up and out, you watch it, and you watch it as it comes in. So let's just do a few of those. So leave this hand here, just let your hand go and follow the movement. It's a very important thing for us to follow moving action with our eyes as well. And a lovely way to practice that is to do parting the horse's mane, or parting the wild horse's mane. I should imagine much easier to part the mane of a domestic horse. Anyway, but if you watch a flock of birds, I love to do that by the sea, because you get all this, the duikers fly across, hundreds fly across the sea, and you pick a particular flock and you just allow your eyes to follow them. And you realize when you probably live in cities, you don't do it that often. So now we're going to do this. Top hand's going to drop and the bottom hand is going to move out. And you're going to watch the bottom hand. So drop and come back. Drop the top hand, open up the bottom hand. Watch the hand from the bottom. So feel as if you're parting the horse's mane, pulling out the mane, coming back. Watch your hand going out, coming back. Let's put the chi ball on the other side. Initially, just start by dropping the top hand. Really feel your hand as it passes through the air. Again, these are lovely exercises to do if you're doing an early rehab of the shoulder. Drop. And what did we do with the bottom hand? The bottom hand goes. Watch it. Up and out. Come back. Up and out. Watching your hand as it moves. Watching the palm of your hand. Watching your Lao Gong point being connected to that. Can you feel it's almost like you're spinning silk around your body as you do this? Getting right into your energy field. Drop the top hand, open the other one. drop, drop, and relax. And we've got these lovely energized hands. Let's play with clouds. So it's the heart flow. So we're going to use the body. The body is going to shift weight. As the body shifts weight, one hand goes across where the heart is, and the other hand is coming lower down, which theoretically would be in cool water. So it's cooling the heart. So you're coming across. When you get to this position, you turn, and top hand becomes the bottom hand. Shift weight, turn, and roll the clouds. Shift weight, turn, and what happens to your eyes? Your eyes are watching the top hand as it comes across, close, close, close. As you turn, your eyes go off into this distance, so peripheral vision into the distance. As you turn and go across, watching your hand, top hand, into the distance as you turn, watch your top hand as you come across. This is very good for your balance. It's very good exercise for your eyes as well, coordinating your eye to the body movement and the near close vision as well, and the softness of playing with the clouds. Imagine that you are playing with clouds. See how your body feels when you really feel like that. Into the distance, close, eyes into the distance, close vision as you come across, up with your eyes and into the distance as you change position here. Come down and put one foot in front of the other. 45-degree, and feel that you are not too wide so that you can easily put your weight forwards and back. As you come forward, your knee mustn't go past your toes, and as you come back, you're going to lift your foot up. As you come forwards, the heel of the back foot comes up. And we're going to take our little chi ball and we're going to roll it, and we're going to watch it the whole time. So we're going to take it up, bring it down, back to the body, and up and forward. So you've got enough, not too close, you want a nice rounded movement, but not so far that you go too far forwards with your balance. So get a nice comfortable place to do your rolling of the ball, and feel how you go from a foot that's got 80% of the weight to having 20% of the weight. Keep your eyes on the ball as you do this. Lifting your heel as you go forwards, lifting your toes, you come back. And at the same time, just notice whether your eyes drift off and go somewhere else, or if you're able to keep that moving focus on the hands. Change and go the other way. So breathing out as you go forwards through the nose, breathing in as you come back. Rocking from heel to toe. And at the same time, feel how you sink in at the hips as you go down, come up, and you sink in at the hips as you go down. So it's not just a bending of the knee, it's a sinking of the hip joint as well. Come back to center, hold your ball, and change feet. Okay. Forwards, back. In and out through the nose. Opposite direction. Feeling your lagung points connected. So it's almost as if there's a bit of a sticky thread between your palms and between your little fingers and between your ring fingers, your middle fingers. Feel each finger. Feel that they're attached to the opposite hand, the right and the left hand, really making an energetic connection there. Keeping your eyes on your hands. Notice your eyes moving in the eye socket as you do all these different shifts from down to close to far to further right. Come back to center. And let's go straight into opening the flow. Being conscious that your hands are coming up last, going down last. So it's shoulders and elbows, elbows down, and your hands come down. Very gentle rocking forwards and back on your feet as you do this as well. And we're going to go into watching Kuan Yin paint his rainbow. So we go up and we come down, and then one hand stays behind and the other one goes up. And you watch your hand as though it's in front of you, above you, behind you, right down. And as you come up, two hands go up together and down. Two hands up and down. One hand up. Watch with your eyes. Watch your hand. Watch as it goes up, 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 up. Goes behind, all the way down, comes up. Two hands go up together and come down. Do another two. Down. Two hands up and down. Floating hands up and down, and paint the rainbow. Forwards, up, behind. Gather, come up together. Down. And off we go, painting your last rainbow there. Down, coming up, and down. And from here, we're going to go straight up to the side. Hands facing the sky. Bring your feet a little bit closer together, not too close. Dropping a tailbone, tucking a chin in, feeling that long spine, space between your vertebrae. And we're going to do pulling down the heavens in 6 directions. So open your hands, open your wrists, open your elbows, open at the shoulders. Feel that you're opening through the fascia and the soft tissue all the way to the spine at the back and to your breastbone in the front, making space, creating song, expansion in the body. And then we turn front back and allow your arms to open the space between the front of your body and the back of your body. Imagine your fingers are streaming out, front and behind. We turn our body so that hands go above our heads. And in this position, again, just be aware of your sacrum dropping down, making space in the lumbar spine. And as you tuck your chin in and little star string holds your head up, that there's space in the cervical spine. Open your shoulder joints, a little bit more movement there. Same time, dropping your tailbone down, soft knees, soft ankles. And then slowly feel that you're coming down towards the earth. So resting on the air as you come down. So we'll do the next sequence with breathing. So breathing in, turn and breathe out, all out and in and out through the nose. Opening up behind, front of you, up to the sky, breathing in, reaching up to the stars if you can see them. If you can't see them, you know they're there. They'll just come out when the sun goes down, and then going down, sending energy down to the earth. Feel you actually have to push gravity as you do that. Breathing in Turn, breathe out. Breathe in. Reach up. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Turning. Breathing out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let your hands come down and just settle just below your navel, your belly button here. Feet together. Close your eyes. And we'll just end with wind in bamboo. Just allowing your body to rock and sway as it settles. It's new energy we've moved around the body. Feel your feet rooted in the ground, almost if there's roots growing into the ground. Head lifted up. Soften your jaw. Soften between the upper part of your neck and your skull. All those little muscles there. And just be aware of the temperature of the air around you. Touch of your clothing on your skin. Any sounds outside of you, or even inside you. Allow your face to soften. Feel the palms of your hands, one on top of the other, and feel the palms of your feet, the soles of your feet. Be aware of the soles of your feet and palms of your hand at the same time. And allow your breath just to lengthen, slow and deep. Allow your hands to drop down. Slowly open your eyes. And move your feet up and down. Come back to wherever you started. Thank you for coming to Qigong.